my work is really about some key words I would use. One is identity, because I like, if it's residential or more public spaces, I like to work on identity. For instance, if I'm doing a residential space, I compare myself often as a photographer, meaning I take a portrait of the people who live in the home. My work is also about, I would say, a certain feel of comfort, of modern comfort, which includes a sense of happiness through my main expression, which is color. Well, I think my multicultural background has been a sort of an inspiration for me. And my work, I often define myself as polychrome and polyglot, meaning it's a cross-cultured expression, and I'm not afraid of mixing things that don't necessarily go together. I remember waking up in the morning with all these cartoons from the 60s, from Bugs Bunny to Mickey Mouse to Tex Avery, and these colors are very, saturated colors. And I think my work relates to that a lot, and it's about my conscious memories and my unconscious memories, because often I also take elements from my Oriental background, although I didn't grow up nor in Iran nor in Egypt. But there's a sense of comfort that I integrate in my work. I like colors that argue. I like colors that have a conversation more than colors that match together. I first started designing spaces, first of all, 20-something years ago when I started. Furniture production was not as rich as it is today. Now, furniture has become a huge industry, home has become a huge industry. 20 years ago, it was much more difficult. So it was nearly easier to design your own pieces than to go and find them. So that's the way I started, and I always design. I've kept that within my studio. Every time I design a space, I will design the furniture that goes with it, and then within those pieces I design, I edit and decide which pieces can have a second life. Before I became an architect, I wanted to be a filmmaker, and so I think it's also. So for 1 year, before studying architecture, I went to the movies 3 times a day, and I've been I immersed myself in this world of movies, and I've always been attracted to to a certain form of aesthetic. The L decoration is wonderful because there is one in every single country, so you really feel that's an international crowd that's rewarding you. For me, it's a recognition of the work we've been doing for the past 20 years, and so I'm very proud.